Hi guys. How you guys doing? This is Bill Calhoun and this is Ben Xiao. Am I
Oh,
pronouncing that correctly? Does that come out? Am I pronouncing that correctly, Ben?
Ben.
Xiao?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, folks, we're in the house. We're in the house. That's what this is all about. And we're just going to have a chit chat. As I mentioned, Ben just came off of winning an award for the Fitness Best Asia Award. And Ben, you like won what was personal trainer like forever, right?
No, I think just for this year, we have to give others a chance, right?
So what was explain to everybody what the award was about? What was going on with that?
I think they're looking for um, someone who embodies the career path of a personal trainer.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not by chance. I had to work really hard for it. I didn't know it would be recognized, but it truly touches my heart. There are people out there, there are eyes out there who are watching. There are clients who are, um, they come forth and given testimonials and nominations, all of which some I know and some I don't. And it's really nice to be known. It's been many years of working in the fitness industry, and personal training has just been quite recent compared to the other nominees who have been in the business for a long, long time. So I feel tremendously honored, and I'd like to take the opportunity to thank all the supporters, my clients, the judges, for noticing the work that I do and giving me the encouragement to continue what I want to achieve.
Well, bravo, and Ben. That's wonderful, and I'm sure everybody out there they're really appreciative of all of the accolades that you give to them and the thanks for having them taken where you are. But we want to hear about you, dude. Okay. Now, just before we came on, you said that Bill, I'm going to be there in a minute. I'm doing my cardio. So, okay, first of all, where were you? What kind of cardio were you doing?
I train every day. I think part of the job is to walk the talk, practice what you preach.
Mm-hmm.
And since I train every day, I do my weight training. First thing, usually before I start my day after my clients, so that I get everything done and over with. Priorities in life, right? So if it's important to me, then first. So before we got connected, I was on the cardio machine doing my dues.
But what cardio machine? Because I'm sure everyone out there, they're going to be going, okay, wait a minute. Now, Ben, this dude has won like the biggest award in the region. What type of cardio is he doing? Because I'm sure they're probably thinking, should I get on the treadmill? Should I get on the bike? Should I run up the stairs? What were you doing?
I was on the stair.
Sorry, say that again, Ben.
Climber. Stair climber.
Stair climber.
Yeah.
Okay. Why were you on the stair climber and not the treadmill, not the bike? Why were you on that?
Because I want a nice bum.
So everyone who's listening, the only way you can get a nice bum is to get on the stair climber. Forget the bike, forget the treadmill, forget Zumba, forget aerobics, because your bum will shrink. Is that what you're saying? Okay.
It's very efficient. It's a very efficient piece of a machinery because you are working from the hips. Tones, burns, all at the same time. And I like to do little arabesques,
Okay, Ben, you're using vocabulary that a lot of people okay, folks, if you've seen the titles, okay, Ben from a physical education teacher to a dancer to now a bodybuilder, or probably a combination of all of them. Arabesque, Ben. What does an arabesque mean so that people will know and they can go out and try to pull a muscle on their own?
Be careful. Don't supervise or fitness professional to help you. Well, you sort of bring the leg to the back. It's extend the hip, right, to the back. And while you're doing it, you are working the posterior chain, which is your glutes, your back muscles, hamstrings, to pull the leg backwards. So it gives your glutes a little squeeze as you get up on the stairs. A nice tip, right? Or you can stairs two at a time. You know, there's a saying that goes, a man's health is judged by well, it's not verbatim, but from the number of stairs he takes, right? Two at a time, 2 pills at a time.
Okay, we'll get back to the stairs in just a moment, but I'm pretty sure that people are still a little bit confused about the arabesque. So, can you just, okay, do you mind standing up? No, stand up right there. I'm gonna zoom the picture out. So, can you just stand up and show us what an arabesque is? Dude, it's all raw and real, okay? Say again?
You're embarrassing me, Bill.
No. It's okay. Dude, how can that be embarrassing? You danced on stage for television and whatnot. Just to show people, because what we're doing is we're trying to show off what you can do, man. Go ahead.
Arabesque. How am I going to zoom this out? Can you see?
Yeah, we can see you. All you have to do is step back. Go ahead.
I'm glad I'm wearing shorts, because I thought it would be like a newscaster thing where I could wear boxers underneath.
Okay, well, look, if you don't feel comfortable, you can sit back down, dude, okay?
My shirt in, right?
Okay, go for it. Dude, hey, if you're only wearing underwear, we don't want to see this, okay? Are you okay now?
Good, I'm good.
Okay, go for it. Gotcha, go for it now. Okay, here's an arabesque, folks. Go ahead.
You see?
Yes, we can see you. We can see you, man. Yep.
So you bring the leg up using your glutes, the lower back's activated, keeping your hips square. If you want, you can point your toes.
Okay, Ben, can you turn to the sideways and do the arabesque, because we couldn't see it from there. Yeah, right from the sideways. Go ahead and do an arabesque from there. Yeah.
All right. I can't go that high.
Yeah. So, folks, what he's doing is he's lifting his back leg. Okay, that's okay. What we'll do, Ben, is we'll have you shoot it next time so that people can see it.
Yeah, sure. Or I could add it in the comment section.
Perfect. Perfect.
Upload.
Excellent. Okay, go ahead, man. I didn't mean to embarrass you, really, and that's not the objective. But like I said, we want people to get to know who you are. So, Ben, you mentioned that it's sort of like a way of life for you. Can you tell us? I mean, when you're not doing all this, what do you do in your free time, dude? Don't say you don't have free time. Come on.
Free time is a very unusual phrase to use for me, because I'm a bit like an Energizer bunny. I don't stop, right? From the moment I get up, I work with my clients, I work with my animals. I don't have a TV. I've never had a TV. I don't watch TV. Let's see. In my free time, I'm writing posts to engage people on Facebook. That's the only way I get to my friends, because otherwise I don't get time to meet up with them. I like talking to my teachers, because they always offer so much to me in terms of encouragement, support. In my free time, I try and speak with people who can help my clients. I understand that I'm just one person, and you can't be a master of everything. It's not always possible to refer services to someone else. So I have a network of people and fitness professionals, health professionals that I like to work with. And if my clients are having any kind of challenges, I would, connect with these people to see what advice they would give. And if an appointment is necessary, a professional appointment is necessary, we'll try and help them connect. But if you're asking like real free time, like if I were on holiday, spending time with my loved ones, whom I always neglect, and my animals.
Okay, that's where we want to go, Ben. Sorry to cut you off. That's where we want to go, because you mentioned animals. Okay, so you have a picture of you posing with a lizard. You have a picture of you posing with parakeets. You have a picture of you posing with toucans. Now, correct me if I get the bird classification wrong. The white bird where you're eating breakfast, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then you have a picture of you walking like like, what is it, 4 dogs? So is that your free time or are those your clients? What's up with that?
That's my life. I mean, I run a gym. I run a gym in Holland Village, and the animals are very much a part of the gym.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a few rescues. I've got 2 rescue parrots who have had terrible, terrible lives from before. They spend their time on their perches around me. I don't specially make time for them, as you can see in the pictures. They're always just hanging around, having breakfast with me, or in between clients, I walk my dogs. They might perch on my shoulder, or say hello. People come in and out, interacting with them all the time because they come in and out of the gym. They say hello. They give them a little scratch, and it's nice to have them socialize because being handicapped birds, they don't get out very much with other species of the same kind, and this kind of enrichment I feel works very well. Besides the birds, I have my 3 beautiful and very cherished dogs, also rescues at the moment. If not, I don't get out. I don't get out and enjoy the sunshine and the fresh air. And that's also part of, walking the talk. The outdoors is a great opportunity to have fresh air, have sunshine. Exercise is not just always in the gym. It's part of a lifestyle. So getting up in the morning, I do, is to walk the dogs and take like a speed.
Okay. So Ben, share with us, there's something more about why you're taking in these abandoned animals. What does it actually do for you that you find that this attachment actually empowers you? Explain to us a little bit more about how your emotion is attached to your animal. What does it do for you?
It certainly grounds me a lot in my life. Gives me a good structure because I get to take care of someone other than myself. And it's unconditional because they have terrible pasts, or some not so terrible, but some of them really terrible. And it gives me a sense of knowing that there are other creatures out there that share our world.
That's interesting because you just said that it helps you understand it, unconditional. So we're assuming that there is like conditional love in the humans' lives. So what message can we learn from that unconditional love that you're sharing with your animals? Something that you wouldn't necessarily share in a gym with a workout, a cardiovascular workout, or nutrition with your clients, but some message that you could tie in with what you just said. Can you explain a little bit more about that? That unconditional love that you've learned from your animals. How can we use that in what we do to each other as humans?
I very much believe that what we do is often habitual. And the more we exhibit a philosophy or a chance to practice a sort of love, the more we are open to showing it in all aspects of our lives. Success isn't by chance. It's a habit and to be practiced. So with this unconditional love that I show the animals, they give me so much. I know it sounds like I give them a lot, but really, they teach me more than I perhaps could ever give them. They teach me a lot about health, right, and how diet works, because once their diet changes, they're amazing. Once they receive care and love, and they have they're fit, they're on their play gym. I think you've seen videos of my dogs on the treadmill. They're on a high incline, progressive overload, and having their hearts, pumping. They're happy. Tired animals are happy animals. Well-fed
Right.
animals are healthy animals. It reflects the same philosophies of health and fitness in humans. And I wish we would learn so much more from them than we give them credit for.
Now that's interesting. You said that when they change their nutrition, it really affects them. And so you're learning something from that. What do you mean by that?
Let me illustrate perhaps by example.
Okay.
I had a bird, Otto, who's a black palm cockatoo, and she's had a diet of just pure sunflower seeds. So single source nutrition, right? Single source, sunflower seeds, oil, carbohydrates. That's it. Very little protein. Obviously, birds' nutritional requirements are very different from ours. So what I did was, with a lot of effort, because they kind of fixate themselves on a certain type of food, much like humans do, right? We kind of fixate ourselves on a certain preference, either from culture or lifestyle or just pure habit. And we wouldn't eat anything else. And she wouldn't eat anything else.
Right.
So we had to very gradually introduce foods. She didn't have much energy. Her feathers were all like tattered. She was just didn't look a vision of health. I mean, you look at her and go, well, what did the cat drag in? Right? And, so with that change in diet, it took a while, as with all things that require consistency and commitment. It took months. But she turned around, started molting and growing a new set of feathers. She started vocalizing and being active in the play gym. She was crawling and, climbing up and down the cages. And she just looked so much happier and so much healthier. And if you look at the photos that I post when she first came in and now, you would see such a dramatic difference. And this relates so closely to people that I train.
Explain how that relates to the people that you train.
I don't do magic. It's a collaboration. They say it takes a village to raise a child. No one really takes sole credit for helping people. But I think the network and the community that I try and create with my clients, and just, referencing all the time to good habits, that changes them quite a bit. If they have a framework of what to eat, when to eat, and why they're eating it, they're more open to picking up a better lifestyle and exercising the right way and keeping active. And I've just lost my train of thought, but it all boils down to improving lifestyles, right?
You're great. No, you're right there. You were talking about how the diet of some of your clients is similar to the diets of your animals. So you're doing fine, man. Just keep rolling.
Yeah, so that's right. I mean, once we eat right for your activity level, for your goals, everything just turns on an upswing. If Helena is online watching right now, she can attest to how delivering food to my clients have just, she sees them change. The skin's better, energy levels are great, they don't feel sleepy after work or during work. Skin is just glowing. Everyone's kind of, there's a nice energy about you when you fuel yourself. Now, I often kind of ask my clients as well, if they ask themselves if they're hungry or if they need refueling or if they need recovery. So most of the time when we tell ourselves that we're hungry, we just want to eat. And the first thing that comes into your head, "Okay, I'm hungry," is something that, I don't know. What would you think about, Bill, if you said you were hungry? The first thing that comes in your head.
If I was hungry, well, I'm a tough one to crack. Okay, so you're being my coach right now. So if I was going to be your client, if I was going to be your protege, I'd have to say, you know what? I seriously don't think about eating. I know that sounds really weird, but I don't like the act of eating. I'm really not. I eat because I have to, otherwise I'll wither up and die. but I really have to force myself. So I am not a good client in terms of food. However, to go ahead and just for sake of conversation here, first thing I think of is white rice. That's potatoes and white rice, because I love those the most. I'm not fancy, you know.
But that's absolutely. I love white rice. Goes well with anything, and potatoes in all forms, right?
Right. So Ben, can you make a clarification, because what you said was a very interesting point. You mentioned how, as Helen, if she's watching, can attest. You said that energy levels rise, you feel better, you perform better. Can we make people understand out there that it's not necessarily a restrictive diet, right? What are you talking about when you say to eat right? Because some people will think, okay, to eat right, I've got to do a deprivation diet. To eat right, I've got to get rid of carbohydrates, and I've got to go high protein, high fat. All of the confusion out there. Can you explain to us, based on your experience, what is the simplest and most efficient way of eating right to keep that energy and to keep our clarity and to feel good?
Wow, that's a tough question. Because it's not quite cookie cutter, right? There are habitual difference, cultural differences, lifestyle difference, activity level differences, goal differences. But there is, of course, a framework to work with. And the framework of health and fitness, efficiency and performance. I would very much like to stick with good grounded science. Nutritional science has gone up to such an advanced level that we don't really need to do lots of guesswork. We need our 7 basic nutrients, right? Our basic macronutrients. If you take one nutrient out completely, like your zero carb or low carb, we could go low carb, but zero carb would be kind of pushing it if you were to do it for too long a period, because that's a science. You can't quite argue with science. We do need our basic nutrients for long-term health. So if you were going to do something dramatic as to take out a particular nutrient completely, then you'd be taking a risk that I wouldn't take. And in our work, we want to make sure that we have your best interests at heart. Would I want you to have any risks? No. I'd like you to stay safe and healthy despite reaching your goals. So to answer your question, it would be to eat for your goals, and you can play with the proportions of your nutrients, but not quite take out essential nutrients that you require for daily life. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think that's great. So in doing that, we still find a lot of confusion out here in terms of how do we do that, right? Which is why people buy the books, which is why they invest in the food templates and whatnot. What's the best way of actually tackling that? Going to professionals like you, would you be able to help us assess what we need?
Yes, definitely. I think there are many trainers out there who are excellent. I mean, all the nominees in there would, on that night's awards, definitely they would know. Go to someone who has a heart, who cares, who knows what he's doing, and who's had good results with people. Sticks to science, right, and basic nutrition. And you'd be in good hands, I believe, very much so. Or you could email. I mean, with the internet now, and you know, basically, if you Google a name, you would find, like yourself, right? People could come to you. You've been in the industry for a long time. You were in the industry since I was a little kid.
Yeah, well, but this is about you now. Okay, so if you're going to go there, then let me ask you another question. Well, first of all, thanks for clearing that up in terms of nutrition. And so people, it's important to understand that once you go to a fitness professional like Ben, they'll be able to help you understand what you don't understand. And as Ben just mentioned, there are several different variations. No one body is the same. And that's really, really important, because I know that many of you out there feel like you're lost. You're only lost because you're trying to come from a place that you're unfamiliar with. So the best thing to do is to seek advice. Go out to individuals like Ben and any of the other winners for the other night's category. These people are nominated and they're winning these awards. Everyone is a winner, but these individuals are nominated because they have passion about what they do, just like Ben. So Ben, you were talking about We High. So let me ask you a question. What's your best memory as a PE instructor or a dancer?
That's in my past, right?
Yeah. In your past.
I still do these things now, right?
Oh, you're still teaching physical education?
Well, if there's an opportunity, I try less nowadays, but I do, if an opportunity comes up, to do some community work with children still, or adults, and also with dancing. A little different now, but I still do it. I still do. You know, if you don't do it, you lose it. So my best memories, there's so many. There are really so many. If you can give me just a second, let me just try and put a finger on one of them, right?
Sure. Go for it, man. Take your time. There's no time constraint here, Ben. I mean, it's just like chatting. I mean, we're just sitting here and people are listening in as if we're sitting around a round table. So take your time. You know, no one's judging when you come up with answers one night, because I know it's kind of weird doing this stuff virtually. But what's really exciting is that your life has actually taken this really, really unique journey. And most people don't have that opportunity, or most people feel like they must do one thing in their life and that's it. But the problem is that if they do one thing, they get caught up in that. And when they don't enjoy it anymore, they find themselves feeling guilty for moving away from that. But yet you've been in physical education, you've been a dancer, you're working with animals. So your life is really rich and full. And it would be really interesting for you to share with us your memories of what it was like when you were young and when you were thin, dude. I mean, I remember you were like stick thin, okay? Thin, man, and your life has changed. So go back to yourself, let's say when you were like 18 years old, assuming you're not only 20 now, okay? When you were 18 years old and you were involved in physical education, PE. Let's just take PE first, and then we'll go to dance in just a moment. What do you remember most? What's the most memorable experience that you had?
Well, I would say we, because I worked with a team. I mean, I led the team, but there were other people involved, right? So we spearheaded an initiative with the then called Sports Council to bring, write, and deliver physical education programs to preschoolers. Children are our future. So when this initiative was started, it received a lot of positive feedback from both the children and the parents. I think modern life and modern education in the preschool level has forgotten about play and physical play. So when we brought it in with a team of fit men, there were some women, but mainly men, the kids were just completely gobsmacked and inspired by the energy that was put into the program, and they came alive. They were engaged and stimulated, and they were learning. They were, and for kids, it's holistic, right? They were moving through space. They were playing games and thoroughly enjoying themselves because they could relate, finally spatially, what they were learning in class in terms of numbers and shapes and colors and sharing and social skills, and they just managed to engage themselves and put themselves in this in real life situations in sport and games and physical education, and it was beautiful to see. Most preschools are female dominated. I haven't been to a preschool where I saw a male preschool teacher. So the role models that these children had were mainly female preschool teachers. It's all good. I mean, it's very nurturing and care, but I think they got such a breath of fresh air when a male teacher started giving them the same care and nurturing. And I had so many notes. I mean, it's right here under this is my bedroom, by the way. It's right here under the bed in a box. Right? Letters, like I could just toss them in the air and it'd be falling. Letters and cards, and both from the children and the parents saying how thankful they were. And this particular boy said because he didn't have a father and how he'd wish he had grown up to be like me. And oh, this is embarrassing.
No. Then no, keep going, man. This is you. This was the kid. This is real. This is not pretend, and that's what this is about. Go ahead, share, man.
This kid, yeah. He never had a dad, and he told his mom, I don't have a dad, but I know what I want to be when I grow up, and that's Uncle Ben. And I was just so touched. Well, there are so many others, but that in particular just touched me right there. And it may seem very small, it's just one boy, but really thousands. We went out into the preschools, the void decks in the HDB houses, HDB heartlands.
Yeah.
And every couple of hours, the team would go out and deliver the programs and work with them. And it was amazing. It was amazing. It was when that happened, various things went on as well. I delivered workshops and talked to parents, and the sports council was very, very supportive. And the thing was, they were so supportive that they decided to subsidize 3/4 of the cost. And that's how much support that we got. And it was nice to see government policy and a private enterprise and a lot of heart and soul and network and the community coming together to make programs like these happen. And it's great. I wish more of that would happen.
That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. I know it really does. It makes it real, doesn't it? Because then it's not just a job anymore, is it? It becomes a part of you, especially when you move people, And all of you guys, seeing you guys the other night, that's what it was all about, because you had gotten awards not from posing, not from lifting the heaviest weight, not from running the fastest lap. You got awards because people loved you. I mean, that's beautiful because you moved them. And I think many times people miss that. There are people like you out there, Ben, who touch people in a way that they have not been touched before, and who are not judging them, which is exactly the reason why, dude, you are at the top of your league. And I think that's beautiful. And that was a fantastic memory. So what about dance? What kind of memories did you have in terms of dance?
Oh, Bill, you wouldn't know. I wasn't very good.
No, you were, dude.
Very good. I tried.
You were good, dude.
I did learn from the best. You know, I always think about learning from the best, and because if you want to get anywhere, you have to get good teachers. Yeah. Dance. Still love it. It's great. It's a great form of expression. The best memory. You.
What? What was that, dude?
You don't realize, right? I
No.
was 18. My first job you gave to me, Bill. But you were busy. You don't realize how much you touch a young boy.
Well, dude, what did I do? I mean, did I tell you, you had to be in the second string? I put you in the back, right? And I had you hanging from the rafters, right? Then you had to jump down on your legs and all that kind of stuff, right? I just put you through the mill, didn't I?
No, you put me in the front. You put me in the front. I still have it's on Facebook. Some of the photos. Right? There's Phua Chu Kang. There was Beauty World. There was Run to Charity. There was Run to Charity in the stadium. There was President Charity where I met the president, and he shook hands with me and delivered a photograph. There was I got to dance with Mavis and Andy Lau, and I don't know. I don't watch Mandarin productions, but all these big stars, and for a young man, I won't say boy, 18, right? That's phenomenal. I mean, the experience you gave me on national TV, TCS. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
And just by having given me a chance to have that stage and putting what I learned in the dance studios, into and getting paid for it, and being professional about it. I learned so much just by watching you from the sides, and not just you, of course. I mean, the other dancers who were, way above my league, and the artists. And the dancers were also fitness professionals on the side, I remember, right? And they were my earliest role models. I mean, they carried themselves with class, and they ate well, they looked amazing, they were always active, and they taught classes and they took classes. And that's what I find sometimes lacking nowadays, that fitness professionals, once they become professional, they stop taking classes, they stop receiving instruction, they stop improving themselves. And this kind of ties in with what we did in the morning. You asked me, why were you on the cardio? Well, I was just with my coach. And people often ask, Ben, that's what you do, and you're a PT, and you have a PT. I said, yeah, Augustine Lee and Joan Liu, I see them every other day. It never stops. You've got to learn from people who are a lot better than you. And although, as I said, the award may be there in my room, but it really belongs to the people who have taught me and given me all that they know. And really, I think that's the spirit of always continually improving yourself. So back to dancing, those were the best experiences I've had, and very, very, very memorable. Absolutely memorable.
Well, that's wonderful, Ben, because you raised a very interesting question, and that is, once you've become a professional, what do you do? And you've answered that question. You have to continue to learn. Even you, at your best, need other mentors. Not only the network, but you need to be training yourself. Can you tell people out there why it's so important to have someone that you are actually a protege to as well? Why is that so important for fitness professionals as we go on in life? What do those coaches help you discover about yourself so that you can thereafter instill it in others?
These people are there and they've stayed. And there's a reason for that. Skills. It's not what you read in the books or on YouTube or watch or self-style. They've got skills. They've got relevant skills, passion, humility to be able to stay there for so long. And it's important to keep learning these things. It's not something that a book can give you or a course could give you. Having someone you can learn from who has been in the industry for a long time. You might have several words for it. Old school. Yeah. But look, they've been there because they've gone through it. They've been there, they've seen it. And I'm probably the youngest nominee there, right? But and then I've got a long way to go, and I want to stay. I want to learn. I want and use that to help others. If you're a one-hit wonder, I don't know about that. Well, let's not go there. I don't want to be there, because and that's why it's important. And these people have the same spirit in continually improving themselves, going for conventions and constantly competing. Competition gives you a chance to be very focused and disciplined. These are qualities that we often forget. We talk about it a lot, but when it's time to display them, when it's time to commit to them, it's hard. How often do we see these words displayed on the gym walls, right? Discipline, dedication, focus, humility, rack the weights. Easy to say, but time will tell. And these people have stood the tests of time. So definitely, big respect, a big shout out to my coaches, teachers, and I think having someone to learn from is very, very important if you want to stay in the industry. Having good people, not just someone to learn from, but good people with good values. People who earn a good night's sleep because they know they've done their best for others in the day. Yeah, very relevant in the industry these days, where we don't have to talk about that, but yeah, people first.
So that's beautiful, because you said that you're learning from people who have been there. So obviously you want to walk in their footsteps and do at least the same that they've done, hopefully more, right?
Hopefully.
Hopefully you're doing it. You're doing it, Ben. So Ben, why, since you said about the industry, why did you choose the fitness industry? Why this particular industry? You could have been a physical education teacher. You could have been a dancer, and you were good. You were extremely good. I don't put people in the front because they suck, okay? Okay? Especially back then, because my ass was in the sling. If people were looking at it and go, Bill, what have you done? Then I would have been screwed. So you did right by me, dude, okay? You were helping me look good. But you didn't go that route, or even though you're still doing it nowadays because it's a part of you, but you've focused most of your attention now on helping individuals in their health and wellness life. Why?
Because it works. I've had a troubled past. I wasn't, as you said, I was very, very skinny. And I was skinny for a reason. I was skinny because I was depressed. I was skinny because I didn't know how, first of all. to keep myself well managed, well fed, well exercised, especially during the period in my 20s, right? And I seeked help from doctors, healthcare providers. Nothing worked. But exercise did. Keeping myself active did. Eating well did. And everything went on an upturn the moment I had a coach. The moment I met Diane and went for a course, and the network that she connected me to Augustine, the Fitness Factory, Joan, and when they showed me what it was like to have a proper structure, your fitness regime and health regime, my back improved. I had back issues. Only recently it was kind of diagnosed that I have a wonky hip, which is why I was never flexible in dance. It's not because my muscle wasn't working hard enough, but structurally it just didn't fit in. It's just like, it doesn't fit in. Eventually I may not be able to walk because it seems to be growing. And if it grows too big, the socket just won't fit. But really, besides the point, if you keep the muscles, and that's why I kind of geared towards weight training, if you keep the muscles in good working order and in good balance, we'll try and hold off that surgery as much as possible and keep the joint strong, working. And that's the beauty of weight training, really. It rebalances what you're lacking. And Chris Watts, we went for the workshop before the awards that night. He embodies really what fitness professionals should be talking about, right? Keeping your muscles in good balance so that you can maintain function. And then you can do whatever you want, your CrossFit, your bodybuilding, your sprints, your swimming. But if there is a dysfunction in the joint, then you're in for a rough time. If you've lived with back pain, knee pain, shoulder pain, or any pain that's chronic, and I did for many, many years, I couldn't sit in a bus or stand. Flying was awful. I couldn't go on holiday because any flight more than 2 hours long would be in excruciating pain. And even in my professional life, when I coached for more than 2 hours, I had to lie down. I had to say, I plan my days and go, okay, 2 clients, and then I'm gonna, sit and lie down or, just not move for a while. I was in there for 6 months from 4 slip discs. So that was extremely trying. It was a very trying period of my life. And it's a cycle. Once you experience the pain, you're irritable, you're depressed, you can't do things you want to do. You have a lack of energy, poor appetite, then poor sleep. But if you solve that through exercise, and American College for Sports Medicine in 2007, they pioneered an initiative called Exercise as Medicine. That is so true in these days because it really clears up a lot of lifestyle issues that we have in our daily lives. If you exercise and maintain your health, then you wouldn't have to do, prevention's better than cure. And
so Ben,
prevention is definitely better.
Right, Ben, you mentioned that you started off by saying that you met a coach, you went to Diane's classes, and they moved you out of that state that you were going through with the challenges that you were going into. Is that the reason why you decided to become a teacher, a coach, a mentor yourself? Because I totally get it. I totally understand that ACSM, ACE, all the other organizations, I mean, you absorbed all that like a sponge. But there's something else that actually triggered you to help, right? Even though, as you've mentioned, you have this degenerative challenge that you're going through. You could have very easily have just focused on yourself, right? You could have just used that information to make yourself stronger, to make yourself better, but you didn't. Why did you switch over to actually helping other people in the health and wellness industry or as a fitness professional? What made you go that direction?
I'm born and bred to serve. I, mom's a nurse. I mean, that's all she's ever taught me, to be there for others. And that's a very interesting question. Well, teaching, performing, they're all very giving jobs. You give a lot of yourself out there. But I think when I work with someone on a very personal level, it's just an exponential increase in results. It works. I've experienced it. I've seen it with my eyes. I go to a doctor. He sees me for 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Well, if I pay more, it's half an hour. And problem never goes away, right? You're still eating the same whatever. I mean, no one's there guiding you and scaffolding you and doing it progressively. You'll just say it and you're expected to do it. But, habits don't change like that. Information, we don't learn skills like that. You can learn the theory behind why you have to do it. But if you don't do it, that's a skill, right? Knowing what to eat, when to eat, how to exercise, when to exercise, and how to perform the exercise is a skill. And that's best embodied by personal training. You could do group coaching. Yes, that could work too. I do that sometimes. But if it's on a one-on-one, because everyone's different, it's personal, tailored, it's for you. And that puts you on a fast track to success. That's why I love it. And that's why I think I'll do it and maybe help others as well, if this is what they want to do in the industry, to help others. I think that's what it's all about, to help and to form a network of help for people, by the people. Yeah.
That's wonderful, Ben. Ben, that's wonderful. You know what? I mean, it's there's been a lot that you've shared today, and it's that's the whole thing. I could have asked you about the awards. How do you feel now? What's the best nutrition program? What's the best exercise? But that's not what we need. We can Google that stuff. We can read about it. We can purchase it. But what we really need to know is individuals like yourself who can actually help us just decipher all the confusion out there, to help us find the passion that we have and the desire that we have, but we're so confused. And like you were when you were young, you were depressed and you didn't have a coach. And so I, for one, have to say that I'm very, very proud of you. I mean, it's fantastic, the journey that you've taken, and to see now that you're extending that service to other people is just a beautiful thing. It's just a beautiful thing. So let me just wrap it up with one question. Because you're on the top, dude. You're on the top of the A-list. What would you say to personal trainers who are coming up now or who are in the industry now, in order to, sort of like a slap upside the head and go, hey, this is what you must consider in moving forward? What would you tell them?
Wow. I have a lot to say.
Go for it, dude. No, seriously, Ben, go ahead. Go ahead and say it, because I think, Ben, what's really important is that people understand why you won the award, because you have something to instill. And now you are at the top, and people must listen to you just as you listen to me, just as people will listen to you. So go for it, man.
Well, walk the talk, right? Practice what you preach. You have to. People will look up to you and see what you're doing. They're always, whether it's in your work or in your personal life or on Facebook or what's that, Instagram. Walk the talk, Be genuine. Um, give your clients what they need to get them to what they want. And this is not original. This is from someone very important who told it to me. And that's how I start my day. Tell myself, what does this client need to get to where he wants to go? Always have an open mind. There's no one way to do something, but there's always a more efficient way and better way. Keep learning. Have a good heart. It's about service, to serve, to help improve people's lifestyles so that they can get more from life, more energy, more benefits. And for a while, the career path was a little about making money from very little skills, about faking it till you make it. And that's a bit worrying, because you're cheating people of hard-earned money, right? They trust you and believe in you, and it's painful to see. Have integrity, and be humble enough to learn and be better for your clients, for others. Yeah, I think that embodies the spirit of a fitness professional, aside from all the knowledge and the skills that you have, and that's covered in your professional certification, right? And the continual research that you do to care for your clients. They all come with different issues, right? So a cookie cutter kind of a one size fits all plan isn't going to work for you and your client, and it's always changing, and you can't always be a master of everything. So one of the things I most often say is, I don't know. I don't know. They ask me something, I don't know, but I'll find out. Right? I'll find out for you, and I'll find the best person, to my knowledge, to get that information to you. And that's what I believe my own coaches and my own teachers do for me as well. And if they don't know, they'll find out. And that's important, to continually research, to continually do research so that you can be of best service to your clients. I think.
Perfect. You think, dude, you know this. You think. You just set it all up. That was beautiful. That was really wonderful. Ben, I'm going to let you go, guy. And this has been extraordinary, and I'm sure everyone watching will find this extraordinary as well. All the professionals who are watching this will understand now, going forward, what they can initiate from your teachings and how they can apply that to helping other people. The people that you're helping are probably like a gazillion% more convinced that they chose the right person. And there was a comment here from Lila earlier. I don't know if you saw that there. She said,
I don't know.
Yeah, she mentioned later on there. I have to pull it up for you again because you were really into what you were saying. But this is what she said here: the Fitness Best Asia Awards picked the right winner for sure. You fit the bill. The humility, professionalism, knowledge, and your community outreach made it. It couldn't be said any more than that, which was absolutely fantastic. And then, of course, Stephen, he went up and said, "So great." So you moved aside, and he got to see exactly. He was probably going, "I wish the dude would move his head so I could see. See, there it is. There it is, Steve." So Steve, I hope you're happy with that. All right. Hey, Ben, it's been great, man. Sorry?
I mean, while the team to deliver that amazing show of support, and it's completely independent. You know, the government didn't do anything for the industry. It's amazing, and I'd like to, take the opportunity to thank the organizing team who have made such a beautiful event, seamless, classy, and very hot. Well done.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
But at the end of the day, like I know from stage, you can have a fantastic stage, you can have the best lights and the best cameras in the world, but if your characters are not delivering, which is you, Ben, then there is nothing for naught on the stage. So if it hadn't been for individuals like you, the award ceremony would have just been a beautiful piece of clothing. You are the heart of it, dude. Way to work, all as well as everyone else. Ben, I'll let you go. Thank you so much, sir. You take care.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Keep spreading the word, sir.
Keep connected, yeah. Take care.
Yes. You're welcome. Bye-bye, man. Take care. And folks, with that, we're gonna go ahead and click out of here. Ben, if you didn't have an opportunity, you'll have an opportunity to see the replay, and I really encourage you to click, follow, and share, because this has been an absolutely wonderful share. And just so that you know, for next week, please come back here next week, because next week I will be speaking with Zorica King. I will be speaking with Chris Watt and Jason Chi, not all at the same time, but they're going to be on next week. The purpose is to get people to understand and to know those movers and shakers in the fitness professional industry in this region. And so all I am is a platform to hear their voice, folks. I'm Bill Calhoun, Brain and Body Broadcast. We'll see you next time. Take care.